Hit record. So, hello and welcome everyone. We are here now. My sister Aurelia and I are coming live to you from Vienna, from slightly different locations, but the same city. So we are in Vienna in Austria, and we are gonna tune in to our hearts, and we're gonna share some of the beautiful mutual journey that we are on since about 1.5 months. And yeah, this is the journey of falling in love with ourselves. And actually, me and my sister, we have been on this journey for quite a long time. And it felt like, for me, it felt like our souls kind of attracted each other at the right moment in time and space. As always, it's beautifully orchestrated by the universe. And when we were ready, we just came together, and now we are on this path walking side by side, and we feel ready to share a little bit of this magic with the world, with you. So welcome to our conversation, brothers and sisters from around the world. And yeah, if you don't know me by now, my name is Cornelia Aurelia, and I am a self-love mentor, a temple body artist, and yeah, an embodied feminine leader. And it is my mission to support women on their journey to falling in love with themselves and to really truly step into their fullest potential to live their best lives. So that is my mission, and that is why I created this whole movement, my Sacred Self-Love Sisterhood group, where Anya is also a beautiful, very important part, and yeah, where I get inspired each and every day by all the beautiful sisters who are sharing their deepest self and their most authentic expression. And it's truly a blessing to be able to fully express all that is present. And my mission is to hold this sacred space, which we are creating here now, for the women to really open up and share whatever is alive, because that is part of self-love and of falling in love with yourself, to love and embrace and accept each and every part of yourself. So all is welcome here. You are safe, you are seen, you are welcome. And yeah, with this being said, the heart opens even more. And yeah, I get very excited about sharing my passion and my mission and my vision for the next age, the golden age, with you. I was just listening to Fia's song Golden Age, which is kind of my hymn, and I just soak it in. And yeah, it's really my vision, and I can see it more clear than ever before, clearer and clearer, the more I expand and create these beautiful journeys, and the more I see what difference it makes, and how actually I do attract the people that I desire to attract. So it's kind of taking this beautiful momentum now where I feel like I have created the foundation, and now it's a wave and a ripple, and the things just, they come, like they are coming to me. I don't have to like go and search and look for everything, but it's more in an ease and flow. And I feel actually ready to share and to open up more. So thank you, Arya, for being so courageous to be here with me now, and for sharing your heart, and just for being the beautiful inspiration and module of self-love in my whole journey in my sisterhood. And like, you are really the most dedicated, most devoted, most passionate advocate of self-love that I have met so far, apart from myself. So it's really a beautiful reflection here that we just give each other, we offer each other. So I'm very grateful to call you my sister and to call you a part of my fall in love with yourself journey and my sisterhood group. So yeah, bowing to you. Yeah, and now I want to just open the space for you to introduce yourself and just, yeah, share what is alive for you right now, and then we'll see where we continue to flow with each other.
Thank you so much, sister. I'm so grateful right now and have goosebumps. Wow, because what you told before, and yeah, I'm Aurelia. I started my self-love path, I think, almost 2 years ago. And it started actually with a self-love ritual where I devoted myself to myself. And I also have a kind of object with me every day to remember that I really learn to love myself. And this is the ring I'm wearing every day. And this is really so important for me, that this is always remembering me what I choose to go, which path I choose to go. And the self-love path is my way. And I really, really set in deeper level on my heart yes to that. And now I'm really happy to found you and the sisters, and that we're going together and rising together. And yeah, thank you for creating this sacred space.
Yay! Yes, it's so beautiful to just, find beings that are aligned with the same kind of mission and path, because then it's much more fun, like, to do it together. And in the hard times we can really lift each other up, and in the good times we can celebrate each other. So it's just, I believe we're not meant to do this on our own. It's just not natural to like sit at home and do everything by yourself. And it's kind of
my lesson, big lesson. I'm not alone with this all. I have beautiful sisters. Yeah.
Right. Sometimes, like, I feel that it's the old paradigm a little bit, like old mindset, kind of, you need to do it all by yourself, and that's the only valid way to accomplish something by yourself. It's like who says that? Who said that? Why? Like, what's the point? It's not natural for any being to just be on your own the whole time, and especially human beings are social beings, and especially women, we need to gather in tribe and hold each other, celebrate each other, just engage, have conversation, and that's the natural flow, I feel, of things. And I'm also learning it every day and every time to really open up more and to receive. Receiving is a beautiful lesson. It's the most precious lesson for me in the feminine, to be in the feminine energy, to be in this receptive energy. So I believe we can really learn from each other and with each other. And I'm holding the space, but I'm learning as much from you as you are from me. It's always a mutual thing. So there is no hierarchy. That's not what we are creating here. It's a totally new thing. So it's very exciting, sometimes really fucking scary.
Challenging.
Excuse me for the wording, but that's kind of really, sometimes it is really hard to like go into the nowhere and create new worlds and just be the visionary and just always step out of your comfort zone, look the fear right into the eye. It's kind of, we haven't chosen the most easy path, and it is the most rewarding path. At least that's
having the beautiful shadow, the beautiful golden shadow inside of us.
To accept shadows, like light and shadow. It's all part of where we live in this dualistic world. And we also know that we are infinite beings, and there is no thing such as duality. So it's kind of a dance in between different worlds. And yeah. There is so much that we could talk about, and now let's direct this energy in some kind of direction. So yeah, where do we want to start? Maybe we can just share a little bit how we actually met and how we mutually attracted each other. I believe, as far as I remember, it was I shared this 1-week yoga transmission in my sisterhood group, and you saw the post on my personal page, right, or something like that. Yeah. And how did you how did you meet? How did you find me before? Like, because we met in Vienna, or?
I think we met in Vienna at my birthday party with Asia.
Okay, and then we got Facebook friends, and then
during Corona time, I saw this and found, why not a little bit yoga, and then we connected. And then we had a beautiful talk about self-love, and we talked about our self-love experience, and then it happened.
Yeah, then it just organically continued to flow. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I mean, that's how life works. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, just in awe of this magical synchronistic world that I don't understand, but it's beautiful just to accept it. So I'm very grateful for this, for I have to say it again, to really honor sacred technology, because without sacred technology we wouldn't have met, and we wouldn't have just really entered this portal. So yeah, it's just, for me, every day I'm like, oh my gosh, sacred technology is the most mysterious and beautiful thing for me, because that's how I work, and that's how I connect to women all over the world, and also men, of course, but for my work and women. So yeah, really grateful for this magic here. And so that's how we met. And then you came into the sisterhood group, the Sacred Self-Love Sisterhood, which is a Facebook group that I created, a very beautiful sacred space. And today we felt, like, me and another sister felt, Mary Magdalene is very present in there. So that's the path of the rose, and I feel that's my path, and it gets more and more clear every day. And yeah, so we are kind of channeling Mary Magdalene energy and the path of the rose, so rose lineage, and self-love, which is the foundation. And we are creating a new paradigm for sisterhood as well in there. So that's where you came in. And yeah, and then from there, we had a talk, and I invited you into the smaller intimate group, my Fall in Love with Yourself journey, which is a 3-month-long guided journey deeper into self-love. So we go quite deep, and each week we have a different module, and now we are halfway through. So the first module was lineage healing, and we went into our mother lineage, our father lineage, and the inner child. And now we are in the second month, which is self-love. And we have already started with the goddess Kuan Yin, and now we are deep into our heart whispers. So yeah, I have created this journey from my heart, from my temple body, and just it encompasses all the things that really have brought me closest to myself, and have brought these pieces that I was looking for to the surface, and it really connected me to my essence. And through healing these layers, like, these gems were revealed through and through, like, step by step. And that's now what I'm creating, kind of organically, naturally, and just channeling it through with the support of my sisters. We're all co-creating this journey together. And every week just blows my mind and new things come up, and I'm also healing deeper and opening and expanding. So it's truly a mutual journey, and that's what I love about my work, that I'm not there doing it all by myself, like just being this egoic leader, like hierarchical whatever thing, but it's truly like a sisterhood and a sister journey. And I'm the channel, I'm the space holder, but I'm not doing it on my own. Without the sisters, I wouldn't be able to do it. Without you, Arya, I wouldn't be able to do it. So thank you for joining and for like just trusting in me and believing that I'm able to do it. Because in the beginning, we didn't know, it was a new thing. And we went into the unknown together. So it takes a lot of courage and trust in the divine and following the guidance. And I feel that's the new paradigm, the new way. And also how we can tap into our divine feminine essence to just allow ourselves to flow and to trust our inner wisdom, our gems, our heart.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really needed to say truly yes to this process, truly yes to self-love, truly yes to sisterhood.
Yes.
And not just be courageous and trust in yourself and in the divine, that everything comes, that it is perfect for you and your process and your sisters. You are in the group. For me, it was quite challenging. It's still quite challenging what is popping up every day, almost every day. But I really feel so much more and more that I really love myself. It's so beautiful when I'm looking into the mirror. I feel, it changed.
Yay!
This also small points in life. When I'm in nature and I'm laying under a tree and it's caressing my body. What the hell? How beautiful life can be. This is also self-love, to go and connect with Pachamama, Mother Earth, because she's a part of you. She is the big mother inside you, and also manifesting outside. And I can so much talk about self-love experience for me, but to your journey about falling in love with yourself, it was amazing for me to really not run away, to sit and look at my roots. Look at my roots, sacred roots, I can say finally now, because I made so much forgiveness work that I'm finally honoring and being respectful for my roots, for my mother, for my father lineage. I am grateful that they are my parents, and that I can say that right now and transform this energy also with love is the work of the 2 weeks we have, the mother lineage and the father lineage. And it was a good preparation for going then into me, going into my inner child, in my deep wounded heart, in my shadow that transformed finally, I'm so emotional, sorry, that transformed finally into, instead of being this darkish shadow I don't want to look at because it's so just painful to see myself, my little me, screaming, crying, whoa. And now it is my golden shadow. I love her. I love her pain, and it's totally fine and good how she is. She suffered. It was painful what I experienced in the past. But I am here now, and I surrender to the now. I can heal now in deep self-love and in true sacred sisterhood. And also the space to be in a supported sisterhood. I learned that in the journey. Especially Elaine, I'm very connected to Elaine, you know that. And to hold, kind of being held in sacred sisterhood, and be able to look into pieces of yourself. You need just a group, you need sisters, you need someone else to go in such deep, painful experience. You cannot do it on your own. And this was also a really important lesson for me.
Yes. So beautiful. Yeah, I feel you. And I also had goosebumps when you said, now I'm ready and I'm finally able to say that my golden shadow and really like my sacred roots. I mean, that's just magic. That's pure divine magic and a miracle. Like to be able to go through these deep healing journeys and transformation actually quite a short time. Like if you view it from the linear timeline, like it's kind of a short time period, but it just shows like what is possible if you truly, as you mentioned, say yes. You need to have a full body yes for yourself and for the path and for the journey in order to be able to take such a big leap. Because if you're like halfway in, halfway out, you're gonna have some experience, but you're not going to be able to fully reap the rewards. You need to be all in to just fully transform, and you are all in. I mean, the things you transform every week and you go through, and that's what I felt in our conversation in the beginning, the first talk we had, that like you are fully ready, and you said like I'm fully in self-love and I'm on this journey for like such a long time, and you read this letter to me, and I mean I was totally blown away. I was like, you need to be in this journey, like that's just like, if not you, who else? Really. So yeah, really honoring the yes to ourselves, and all that we are ready to transform. And I mean, for all the women who are maybe also watching and maybe not as fully all in or not as bold and courageous yet, we can say it is a journey, and we have been on this path. Like each of us has been on her own mission, on her own path for a really long time. So if you're not yet there, just know it's perfect where you are, and you can start from wherever you are. And it's not necessary to be fully all in and fully look at everything right now, because that's not how we did it. We walked the little steps, and then there comes the point where you are ready. So just, don't get intimidated.
No pressure, ladies.
No pressure. No pressure, right. Because, I mean, each of us has her own unique divine journey, and I think me and Arya were quite radical examples as well, like for this path and for the yes to the divine and for the yes to our self-love. So it's not, you don't have to be exactly the way we are. Like that's what we're also transforming through creating a new sisterhood. Like I just remembered like to read the sisterhood agreements that I put on my homepage. So everyone who is interested, please check it out. I'm gonna put the link below, because that's really the foundation. And I think maybe the first thing that I have is co-creation instead of competition.
Beautiful.
Because competition is old paradigm and comparison is old paradigm. There is no such thing as competition and comparison, because like we are so unique. There is no way that you can compare yourself to anyone like on this planet. It's just like your story, your DNA. Like even Arya has like a twin sister, and like so she's the best example to tell you that there is no such thing as comparison, because even if you have the same DNA, you're going to be totally different because your essence is different, your soul, your energy. It's about the energy. And you are unique, and your gem is unique. Your gift that you have to offer for the world is unique. There is no possibility to compare yourself to anyone. So please don't. Please do not compare yourself. Just a claimer for us and for each sister out there. It's such a strong, deep belief that we have, that
open in sisters, in women.
Right.
During patriarchy, the sisters and the women were not lovely to each other.
Yeah, it's this deep wound. I'm not enough, I'm not good the way I am, and that's why I have to compare myself, and then we have to compete and fight and talk behind the back, and it's just, that's so ugly. And I don't even want to mention it, but it is necessary to address it as well, I think. So it was just coming to me to talk about it, because I feel like that's also, as you mentioned, the golden shadow. We need to address it, we need to make it visible, and then we can transform it. But first we need to be open and honest and really talk about it, also the ugly parts. So
what is really important about the ugly parts inside of me, inside of you, inside of all sisters and brothers is, for me, the lesson of Kuan Yin was compassion. Compassion to yourself. To really, really, really be compassionate. To yourself. That you really feel your pain, your fear, your anger, your sacred anger. Sometimes you experience something in the past that was really not okay. But with compassion and forgiveness, you get such a strong power. For me, it is the most beautiful power right now. To really devote yourself to life, to people, and to yourself. It's so beautiful. And I think compassion and forgiveness can heal the world and the people.
Yes, oh my God, that's so beautiful. Thank you for saying that. Yes. Yes, that's so true. And it's so good to remember, because sometimes I feel like compassion can be viewed as weakness. I don't know why, but I guess that's also the patriarchal system. We need to be strong, we need to compete, and there is no space for feeling and no space for anything. So with compassion, you need space, you need silence, you need time for yourself. And I guess that's where this link comes in, it's weakness, but it's not. It's actually the most powerful thing. And love and compassion are actually my core values, the first two values that I have in my life, because they are the most powerful sources and resources. And that's why we also started the self-love part of our journey with Kuan Yin, because she's my ally. She's the goddess that I can really most deeply connect to, because I have worked the most with her. And even if you're for example, if you can't even think about forgiving because it was so horrible what you experienced. And I mean, Arya knows she has quite a challenging past. So your mind is I can never forgive, how, that's just no way, no way. And then you can call just upon the goddess and surrender everything, and you don't need to do it yourself. She does it for you. It's kind of your mind, your ego is not needed here, because that's the blockage. And Kuan Yin is there to do it for us if we cannot do it ourselves. That's how I kind of view it a little bit. That's how I experience it also for myself. When I thought I couldn't do it, I called upon her and she supported me. Yeah.
And I wrote a lot of forgiveness letters with her energy. And I'm still surprised about what I wrote, because I really had to let go my ex-boyfriend, and I wrote a forgiveness letter to him. And the thing about self-love is you cannot find it in another person. Mm-hmm. And I got aware that I was looking for love, to be loved inside him and not inside me. And this was so interesting for realizing in my consciousness right now, that this was the problem. This was the reason why it was so challenging, the relationship for me with him. Mm. And you just, the lesson is you can just love yourself, and then you're ready to be equal to another person, that love can love each other. It's so amazing.
Yeah, that's a gem as well. Yeah, I feel like not even, you phrased it, you can not find self-love in another person, but you cannot even truly find love in another person if there is no love inside of you. So it always has to be first the self-love. And yeah, I can resonate so much. I've experienced the same, and I feel like a lot of people out there are still in this old habits, and it takes breaking the habit of being yourself a little bit to really...
Absolutely. Yeah. Out of the comfort zone.
Yeah. It's like, who is this person? I don't know her. What is she writing? Like, what is going on? Yeah, so what would you say is until now the biggest gem, the biggest takeaway from this whole journey now, the 1.5 months together?
I think and feel that really my topic of my sacred roots are now the foundation that I truly can love myself and my inner child and all parts of me, my inner mother, my inner father, my inner girl, my inner boy. All these aspects of myself are rooted into my father and my mother. Mm-hmm. And to really heal that and to love that is so important, and that you can work finally really deep in yourself.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, it's so beautiful. To have the foundation is... Yeah, without the foundation, a house also cannot stand. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's interesting that we are on this journey for such a long time, and now we're building the foundation. It's kind of like, what?
I think it was the preparation to really go now deep into these wounds for myself. That I really look at my mother, really look at my father, and it was so painful. It was so painful and sad. And yeah, you have really to be true to yourself. No lying anymore. No running away anymore. You're playing a crazy game with yourself and punishing constantly yourself. Stop. Decide self-love. And I needed that time to really now be here and talk with you, and really can talk about self-love in a honest way.
Yeah. And I feel this topic is very, very vulnerable and very, like, in the beginning, I was also not very comfortable about talking about it, and even deciding to base my whole work on it. It's kind of, there is also this shadow, like, is it self-love or is it ego-based, like this narcissism? So there's also a fine line, and in the world it is perceived often as this egoic way of just being full of yourself and just being like above someone. But that's not what we're talking about. And anyone who truly resonates from their heart and tunes in will be ready to receive the medicine. So yeah.
So true.
Yeah. But we're doing like a huge step into like the right direction, I feel, right now, by just addressing it and just speaking honestly in the most authentic way about it. So yeah, acknowledging that here. So thank you for being here with me as an equal and just talking about your experience. And maybe also, what is the biggest shift that you have perceived in your life? Because you are on this path of self-love for a long time, and what was the biggest shift from before, like we met or we journeyed together, and after now?
You know, there is, I have to try to put into words.
Yes.
The most important thing in life is you. So in my life, I am the most important person. I have to take care of me. I have to take responsibility. I am the one who was with me when I got born. I am the one who is with me when I am dying. Nobody can do that for me. And this is self-love, to know that, to realize that, to be conscious about that, and to really feel, hey, I can hold myself. I am really with me. I don't need anyone to be with me. No attachment anymore. No codependency anymore. And yeah, it's really also part of, again, forgiving yourself, because from childhood on we are trained to look into other faces, to look for attention, for the father, the mother in the kindergarten, other children and stuff like this. And for me it is so much inspiring and helping to meditate, to sit doing nothing and really look into you and see what wants to be shown up, what wants to talk to you. And it's really important that you're realizing a lot inside you. You cannot ask someone else. You have to ask yourself about important questions. And this is really a big shift, what happened, because I was very often looking around and getting the opinion from other people, because I didn't have my own. But your own opinion is the most important, and this is just trust yourself is the message behind that.
Oh yeah, trust yourself is a good message. Let's send it out there to all the women, to all the men. Trust yourself. Yeah, learn to look into yourself. Like, that's
Don't
beautiful.
listen to me, listen to the heart.
Yeah, like listen to what it moves inside of you when we talk. Not like lose yourself in us, in our experience, but like feel what it moves within you, what it moves in your heart, and receive it with an open heart, like the message, because that's a totally different perspective. That's a really huge gem. So wow. So much wisdom here.
And the life will challenge you if you really go the self-love path. I got so much challenges.
Let's not scare the women away.
But it's also joyful, and you really have to stick to your decision that you love yourself.
Yeah, let's make them some kind of, like, what is the beauty about it? Like, why do we do it? Like, what's the joy, and why would you recommend it to another person or another woman especially to walk this path?
Yeah, right now. So the first thing is appreciating your full potential. I love what is inside me. I really don't get right now the full being of myself, but a little pieces are coming up. For example, I'm so creative. I write beautiful poems. I don't know if this is from me or from the divine. I think it's more from upstairs, from the divine. But this is self-love, to create yourself through creative tools. Also dancing, enjoying the body, enjoying the movement, enjoying your sexuality and sensuality, that you're touching yourself, that you really love to be the woman you are. And I proudly can say that I am really happy to be me, and to be having these beautiful tools with dancing and meditation and my poems, to express myself. Self-love also needs to be expressed. Beauty needs to be expressed, and we all are beauty. We all are beautiful children from the divine, and it loves to see us play and joy and being totally in pleasure, and this is the path of self-love.
Yay! I want that. Yeah, that was a good seller. I want that. Oh my gosh. And yes, oh my god.
So it's totally worth it. Everything is totally worth it.
Yeah. It's being alive, like feeling it all, being truly alive. And I can definitely just acknowledge also that Arya is so creative. Like, from the first time we met, she shared her poem with me, and then she shared more, and she created her own page, and now she's sharing it with the whole world, like on YouTube, and like everywhere I see like beautiful creative expression, and I'm like blown away. It's like, wow, like from the beginning, after like 1.5 months now, in full bloom and full blossom, and really that's so huge. And like each poem has such a deep root and touches me so deeply, like when I'm fully able to receive. So I will definitely, let's share your page link also below the video, so that people can see and like tune into your poetry, because creativity is the divine in expression, in movement, in motion. And and that's also, I feel like, part of the sisterhood. Like, if we see each other being creative, then we get so inspired, because I get so inspired by Arya's poems and by her dance, and then she gets inspired by the way how I share with my creative expression. Everyone has a unique fingerprint again. Like, we cannot be the same. It's about inspiration, and inspire is like, it means the divine flowing through you. Like, it's divine creative expression. And that's what we learn and open up if we truly learn to love ourselves. So I hope we could really give you some insight and some sparks of divine creative energy and touch your heart with this share, because I believe we need an army. We need an army. We need, like, really
an army of self-love warrior queens.
Yes, an army of self-love warrior queens. Yes. And that's what we are gonna journey into. It's a perfect transition, because that's the theme for the next and last.
Really?
The warrior queen. It's about empowerment and really embodying your warrior queen. So that's kind of what we conclude the journey by really embodying your warrior, because you need to be really strong and fierce in order to protect yourself as well. So there are different layers of self-love, and it is a universe, actually. Like, self-love is a universe. You are a universe, so self-love is also going to be a universe. And yeah. So we're calling all the self-love warrior queens feel ready to join, tune into our frequency, tune into Aria's beautiful poetry. It's so inspiring. Join our sisterhoods, and like, I will share all the information, how you can find us. And of course, through Facebook is always a good portal where we can just feel into each other and slowly get to know each other. And then when you're ready, join our group, maybe if you want to, the Sacred Self-Love Sisterhood. And then if you feel ready, you can also reach out to me, or of course to Aria as well, if you want to get to know each, like, us and what we do and how we are. And then yeah, we would love to welcome you to our journey, fall in love with yourself. Because as we said, like, I mean, I truly trust that the right energies attract each other. So if you feel a yes from your heart, then yeah, be bold and say yes, and allow yourself to dream big and to really expand and dream into your potential. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to change the world, and that's no small thing. It's an important work, and it takes a lot of courage and support as well. So we're here to support you. We're here to remind you of your greatness and of your potential and of the love that you truly are. Because we want to create this world where we all remember, and where we are all rising together, and where we can just go out and be in this energy. Like, if everyone is in the energy of self-love and compassion for themselves and for each other, this would be paradise. Like, we wouldn't have any wars, we wouldn't have any fights, because everyone would be able to handle their emotions and to have the tools. So that's the bigger picture for me. Yeah. What do you say, Arya? Is that your dream as well?
I totally agree. Yeah, it would be such a different living experience on Earth when really everyone is able to love themselves.
Yeah.
To really love yourself is such a clue to have peace in you, to live your wisdom, to enjoy being here with all the other beautiful soul sisters and brothers you have the possibility to connect on Earth. It's such a gift to be here, and it's, for my sensitive soul, sometimes very hard to see how people are to each other and also to themselves, because it's just mirroring. And yeah, that's the reason why I'm so believing in true self-love.
Yes.
Yeah,
I felt that kind of, because that's the underlying and bigger picture that we have, like why we continue and why we do the work. And yeah, that's truly what we desire. We don't want to be on our own with our self-love. We want to share the self-love and then just play with each other and connect and have fun.
And the one thing is here right now, when you really love yourself, nobody can hurt you.
Yes.
There is such a kind of protection, or such a light from you that cannot be touched. Look, when you have your little light inside, this indestructible, when you truly love yourself, you expand this energy and have this kind of circle around you, and nobody can harm you and hurt you. And this is the most beautiful protection you can have from the divine. Yeah. Interesting.
We're listening what is coming through
That's
our
right.
mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's beautiful.
And one thing, I don't know if you're good with that or not, but my last poem is written, and I can write it. I can speak it in the end of our talk when you want, or it's not.
Yeah, sure. Let's have like at the end have I would love to hear your advice for the women out there who are maybe new to this topic and like who don't know, like, okay, self-love, so what do I do now? Like they are kind of, they don't know what to do, and what would you tell them? Like how could they start
Okay.
to love themselves more?
Yeah.
A simple, practical tip maybe.
Yeah. What is here right now is maybe a little bit challenging, but it is helping you to go so much further and to really do nothing and learn to listen into yourself. And you will recognize, I have to do that. So much action you have to do. No. Listen. And you don't have to stay in your room or in your flat. Mother Earth is so much with you when you're doing nothing. You can be outside in the sun, at the water, but try to do nothing and listen to your heart, listen to your being. This is also what meditation is doing. It is bringing you to yourself. And this is also what I would recommend, but it's not easy alone. And this is the next thing what is here. Look for advice. Write me or Cornelia or sisters you see, hey, they are on the, maybe they're a little bit more on this path, and maybe they can say something to me. Because when I tune into a sister, she needs that, and another sister needs that, and I need something other to do right now. And yeah, so one easy thing is go into the nature and do nothing and just enjoy yourself, embrace yourself, say to you, I love me, I just love me. It was an exercise I did very long, to look into the mirror, look deep into my eyes and really say I love me. And the first time I was crying. I was not sometimes even able to look into my eyes. So it is a really beautiful practice, what is opening your heart to yourself. Yeah.
That's beautiful advice, yes. And I can totally agree with that, yeah.
And dancing, ladies, just dance and don't think about anything. Dancing is such a sacred, transformative tool to find yourself. Yeah. It's so beautiful. Also with the Temple Body Sisterhood group.
Yeah. So yeah, what I'm feeling really is to invite like all the sisters who resonate into the Sacred Self-Love Sisterhood group. I will put a link below because that's kind of the first entrance point, and just, you can just be there and watch and get inspired and maybe remember some of Arya's beautiful tips and write it down. And I have even also a list of just tips, and then like when you feel inspired, just do one and with no pressure, just really taking it slow with yourself and just see what comes and let yourself be inspired. Yeah. So yeah, we just have a couple more minutes, so let's finish up with the poem that you have for us. Then the sisters can also get a beautiful insight of divine creative energy that moves through you if you're truly listening to your heart and are open for self-love. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you for this possibility right now. And this new poem is about the inner mother, the archetype of giving you the mother feeling inside you. And I'm just finished with that right now. And the first week was the mother lineage. And look my process that I'm finally able to put it into words. And I called it safe haven. Bedtime story. In the end of the day, what a glory. Singing a sweet lullaby, drinking warm cocoa, stroking my head and falling into the bed. Kiss on the injury, plastered with animals on my knee, watching peacefully the sunset. Being first and foremost, second to none, having a great inner mother, how fun. And now it is done. Warm chest and heart beating, giving me stability, tenderness, cuddles, and eating. Screaming, crying, smiling, and laughing. Playfulness, freedom, innocence. Being grateful, feeling reverence. From an ugly duckling into a beautiful swan. From cobra to beauty, how life can be fruity and without duty. Dreaming and closing the eyes, being whole when the inner baby cries. Falling in warmness, secureness, and softness. Letting go for the feeling you, your heartbeat. Safe haven, flying away everything. Expressing all feelings, give good and wise advice. Listening and understanding without demanding. First place for everything, knows everything. Can you hear when my inner bell rings? The dirt and gold, being fully you in all aspects. No matter what, she always loves you. And this is always true. Feeling home and in good hands. In my friendhood, she has a lot of fans. When everything seems too much, no need to worry, because Mother is here. Didn't write about the Mother archetype of Shakespeare. Like a stable tree, I can fall in deep trust in your hands. You hold me motherly in the embrace, telling me, don't let anyone ever tell you you are wrong or not worthy. I protect you. Trusting that is the next clue. Ladybird, sunflower, daisy. I wonder why I didn't get crazy. I start to melt, reconnection, finding in myself my inner melody. Manifesting destiny with empathy and clarity, being strong mentally against death penalty, honors people complexity, leaving Kennedy breathlessly. From the head to the tip of the toes, you are heavenly. No enemy, loving the two faces of Germany, living in integrity. Lama Hara Om Shri Shri Jaya Jai Maha. Lama Hara Om Shri Shri Jaya Jai Maha. Mahara Om Shri Shri Jaya Ji Maha. Meeting the inner eyes, breathing, finding within me my independence.
What a ride, what a process. What a transformation. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. Thank you. Will you also share this on your YouTube channel, this one?
I have to put it on, but soon I will do that, yeah.
So you can re-listen to it, because the connection was not perfect, so I'll also revisit and listen to it again. And I'll share the link below to Aria's YouTube channel.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, sharing the beauty, sharing the inspiration, uplifting each other, and trusting that the right people will find the right places, and it's all perfect and divine. So yeah, that was a beautiful ending. Thank you.
I thank you for this opportunity to talk with each other here now. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it feels very good, very aligned, very perfect. And yeah, thank you to everyone who is and was and will be tuning in to our sacred conversation about self-love, about sisterhood, about creating a new paradigm. And yeah, all that is in this beautiful universe within we are moving. So I would love to connect to anyone who feels called, and I'm open to receiving messages, to receiving connection, and yeah, all else that wants to come through. So we're going to close this sacred space here now. Let's tune into our heart for a moment. Let's breathe in and out together for a couple deep breath cycles. Allowing ourselves a little space, a little more space than usual to feel and integrate. Integration is really an important topic. And yeah, just feeling in your chest, in your heart, all that has been moved, all that has been coming to the surface, and giving it some space and time to be here with you. Maybe even keeping this in mind throughout the day, to give yourself time and space to be, to feel, to do nothing, or less, to do less. Take more moments of silence, of breath, of feeling, of listening to your heart. Thank you so much, sisters and brothers. If any brothers are tuning in.
For all who are watching that.
Yeah, for all. Wish you a blessed rest of your day, and yeah, let's stay connected. Namaste. Bye bye.